We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello guys, here I am Ashok Bagda from Dr. Subhash Technical Campus, and right now I am going to discuss about natural frequency of simple spring mass system. So let's start. So before starting my lecture, let us discuss about natural frequency. So what is the natural frequency? First of all, if any system, if the external force is removed after giving an initial displacement to the system, then the system vibrates because of an internal elastic force, and such kind of vibrations are known as a free vibration. Then the frequency of such kind of vibration is known as a natural frequency. So let us consider a simple spring mass system as shown in figure. Here we consider a massless spring. That means the spring, we neglect the mass of spring. As shown in figure, the spring, there are 3 positions of spring. In a first position, the spring is fixed at one end and free at another end, and the spring having some stiffness is K. Now if the mass M is attached at the free end of spring, then the length of spring should be increased through a delta because of the mass. So when mass is attached at the free end, some force known as a gravitational force or weight of system mg is acting in downward direction as shown in figure. Now some spring force is acting in upward direction as shown in figure. Now this spring force is nothing but it is a K delta. According to the stiffness, the spring force is K delta acting in upward direction as shown in figure. Okay. Now let us consider third position. Now if we give some initial displacement from the mean position of spring by means of some external force, then again a spring will displace from its mean position through a x. Now in such a case, mass will move in downward direction as shown in figure. So acceleration, velocity and displacement also acting in downward direction as shown in figure. Now let us consider a free body diagram. So here we consider free body diagram. So this is a free body diagram of the spring mass system. So we know that weight of the system mg is acting in downward direction here. Another force is a acceleration force. That means mass into acceleration. That means it is a inertia force. Mass into acceleration. It is inertia force acting in upward direction. And again, spring force is acting in upward direction is K into bracket x plus delta as shown in figure. Now let us consider some notation regarding the spring mass system. So here we consider K. So here there is a correction. So K is a stiffness of, so here it is not S, it is K. So K is a stiffness of spring, or we can say that it is a force required to produce a unit displacement in the direction of force or vibration. And we know that the stiffness of spring is expressed in Newton per meter. So another notation is M. So M is a mass of the system. So M is a mass of the system. M is a mass of the system. K is a stiffness of spring. M is a mass of the system. Then delta. So delta is a static deflection of spring due to the weight. And W is a weight of the mass, weight of the system. And X is a displacement. This is a displacement given to the body by means of external force. Okay. Now, if we consider the free body diagram, then here we see that there are three kind of forces acting on the system. So first one is the inertia force. So inertia force acting on the system, and this inertia force is always in opposite direction to the motion of body. Second one is the spring force. So here spring force is also acting in opposite direction to the motion of body, and this is the value, spring force is equal to K times displacement. Third one is the gravitational force, and this gravitational force is always acting in the downward direction and is equal to m into g. That means mass into gravitational acceleration. Now there are three methods. Now we can determine the natural frequency of any system, any vibrating system, by three methods. First one is the equilibrium method. First one is a equilibrium method. Second one is a energy method, and third one is a Rayling's method. In today's lecture, we are going to derive an equation of natural frequency by using equilibrium method. That means by using D'Alembert principle. Now, first of all, let us discuss about D'Alembert principle. Now, if any system which is not in static equilibrium because of acceleration, then we can brought this system into static equilibrium by applying inertia forces on it. So if we apply inertia force on the system, then our system will come in a static equilibrium. Okay, so according to the D'Alembert principle, so any system, we can say that in a static equilibrium, if the summation of inertia force plus the external forces acting on the system is become 0. So this is the D'Alembert principle. Now, in our case, in this free body diagram, we know that there are three types of forces acting on the system: inertia force, spring force, and gravitational force. So summation of these three forces is become 0, then we can say that our spring mass system is in equilibrium. So first of all, inertia force. So we know that the inertia force is m into x double dot, is acting in upward direction. Here x double dot is the acceleration of the mass, plus spring force. It is also acting in upward direction as shown in figure. spring force, it is also acting in upward direction as shown in figure. So plus, we consider plus K into bracket X plus delta. So this is spring force. So here we add spring force. Minus mg. So gravitational force is acting in downward direction as shown in figure in a free body diagram. Gravitational force is acting in downward direction as shown in figure. So we consider minus for a downward direction is equal to 0. Now if we simplify this equation, then we get mx double dot plus kx plus k delta minus mg is equal to 0. Now as shown in figure, as shown in position, second position, here we can see that mg is acting in downward direction and k delta, it is a spring force acting in upward direction. So in a position 2, we can say that mg is equal to k delta. Here mg is equal to k delta. So here we can say that mg, if we put the mg is equal to k delta, then k delta will cancel. So we finally we obtain mx double dot plus kx is equal to 0. Now we again divide this whole equation by m. So we get x double dot plus k by m into x is equal to 0. So we get this equation. Now we know that fundamental equation of simple harmonic motion. So this is the fundamental equation of simple harmonic motion. X double dot plus omega n square into x is equal to 0. So here omega n is nothing but it is a natural frequency. So we get, if we compare these two equations, this equation and this equation, then we get omega n square is equal to k by m. So we finally get omega n is equal to root k by m. Now the natural frequency and time period of the vibratory system. So here Fn, we know that natural frequency in hertz. We want to determine the natural frequency in hertz. So natural frequency Fn is equal to, we can write omega n upon 2 pi. So if we put the value of omega n root k by m, then we get natural frequency Fn is equal to 1 upon 2 pi in a root k by m in a hertz. Again we know that mg is equal to k delta. So we get k by m is equal to g by delta. So we can replace k by m as a g by delta. So we get another equation, natural frequency Fn is equal to 1 upon 2 pi in a root g by delta. Now we derive the equation of time period. So we know that time period means it is a time required to complete a one cycle. That means it is a reciprocal of natural frequency. So we can write Tp is equal to 1 upon Fn. If we put the value of Fn, then we get another equation, Tp is equal to 2 pi under root k by m. So in this lecture we have derived two equations of natural frequency. One is Fn is equal to 1 upon 2 pi under root k by m, and another equation is Fn is equal to 1 upon 2 pi under root g by delta. So here g is a gravitational force or a gravitational acceleration. So here g is a gravitational acceleration, k is stiffness of spring in Newton per meter, m is the mass of the system in kg. Okay, so we get the equation natural frequency 1 upon 2 pi under root k by m, and time period of the system